Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. stocks and futures market preview and domestic economic data roadmap for the week beginning Monday, the 11th of February, ending Friday the 15th. So it's Valentine's week, but there's no actual holidays. It should be a straightforward trading week. Keep in mind, next Monday, the 18th, is a holiday here in the U.S. It's President's Day. So this Friday is options expiration Friday leading into a 3-day weekend. That typically means Friday will be dead. And since it's options unraveling week, even though it's not a triple unraveling, sometimes we'll get that options unraveling move on Wednesday. I'm not sure. We have had a decent move in the market since January 1st, so there's enough there maybe to mean that we're going to see some action here on the unravel, but we'll see what happens. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market in futures form, which is the proper way to look at the market. We came up to the 200 moving average and hit it, couldn't get through. So far, we've paused there. Keep in mind that in addition, we're now 10 candles up towards a seeker 13 sell signal. So a couple days up would give us that sell signal right against that 200 moving average. That's a big deal if it actually plays out. We don't really have a new count in place on the upside, so we don't really have a chance of recycling. So we're kind of trapped here from that perspective. I don't think the upside is too appealing. The downside could be interesting if we actually just kind of roll over and start to break down. Crude oil down 34 cents on Friday to 52.38. Gold down $1.20 to 13.17.30. The S&P cash literally gained a point on Friday after gapping down a bit. NASDAQ 100 down up 8, also pretty flat. Stocks down 1.5, also pretty flat. Biotech's up 21.49. Still under that. Look at that 200 moving average, just holding that in place. Russell 2000 gains 76 cents, not even a point there. The VIX loses 65 cents. This is back to 1572, which is the boring. We don't like to see the VIX here or any lower because it means market volatility is gone. Trin 1.13. NASDAQ volume 2.1 billion shares on Friday, the lightest basically of the week, or tied with Monday, and one of the lightest days so far this year. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ, -16, so almost exactly even in terms of stocks up or down. -93 on the New York, almost exactly even as well. Google loses just $3.53, which is a blip. Apple up 20 cents. Netflix up $2.86. Amazon down 26.15. Tesla loses $1.71. Facebook up 95 cents. I mean, all the big ones really did nothing for the week. Goldman Sachs down $1.40. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up 52 cents. Curling up here, and the Dow Jones was down 63 points. All right, so in terms of the intra-week action, let's switch this over to the ES and go to 10-minute candles so you can see the whole week. And here's what you get. So Monday, you can see the end of last Friday. Monday was a flat opening, and then we went higher. Tuesday, we gapped up and closed where we opened. Wednesday was a dead flat day, a waste of time. Basically left a floating island in this whole thing. Thursday, we gapped down, did not come up to fill the gap, headed lower. And at that point, when we closed on Thursday, we were basically closing even for the week. And then Friday, a small gap down that filled. We swept the lows and then closed even. So for the whole week, we're up a couple points on the S&P. On the NASDAQ side, also up just a couple points, and also this one has a clearer floating island reversal. So those 2 days up on Tuesday and Wednesday were left as the island, which is usually a negative for the market. And so remember, we're hit the 200-day moving average. We've got a floating island here on that move, and then just pretty ugly overall from that perspective. I think the downside is a little more likely than the upside here, but we will see what happens. Obviously, there's a lot to happen in terms of another government shutdown potentially, and other things like that can have an impact on the market. So again, this week, options expiration. Wednesday could be the unraveling move. Friday would be dead typically, and more likely here because on Monday we've got the holiday for President's Day. All right, so in terms of economic data, Fed member Bowman speaking on Monday, not a big deal. Tuesday, NFIB Small Business Index, JOLTS job openings, mortgage delinquencies, Fed Chair Powell. Wednesday, CPI, crude oil inventories, and the federal budget balance at 2 p.m. Thursday, we've got retail sales, PPI, and the unemployment claims. That's the weekly number at 8:30. Then business inventories at 10, and natty gas at 10:30. Friday, Empire State Manufacturing Index, import prices, capacity utilization, and industrial production, and University of Michigan sentiment. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. I don't know there's much else to say about this week, but we will just see what happens. Have a great trading week.